Blood Meridian of Suits. Blood Meridian of Suits. A novel. Part 2. The Underground. Chapter 5. Rotterdam. Rotterdam, Netherlands. 3 weeks later. The port of Rotterdam at midnight was the largest machine Marcus had ever seen. 14,000 acres of cranes, terminals, pipelines, and rail lines stretching from the city center to the North Sea. The beating industrial heart of Europe, moving 600 million tons of cargo every year through channels so complex and so vast that no single human being could hold the whole picture in their mind at once. Which was, Marcus understood now, precisely the point. He was standing in the shadow of a grain silo on the Maasvlakte terminal, wearing a hard hat and a high-visibility vest that Amara had sourced from a Dutch logistics worker who owed her a favor he clearly did not enjoy repaying. The temperature was 4 degrees Celsius. A North Sea wind was cutting across the terminal with the kind of cold that feels personal. Amara was crouched beside him, a set of port schematics folded in her jacket.
Container Block 714, Amara murmured. According to Ade's manifest, that's where the transfer happens. Lagos cargo arrives, gets repapered, new documentation, new destination, and moves on within 48 hours.
Amara said. Repapered to where? Marcus asked.
Depends on the cargo,
Amara said. She paused on the word cargo the way Ad had paused on people.
Some go east, Bangkok, Macau. Some go south, Buenos Aires, Montevideo. Some go north.
She looked at him.
Maryland,
Amara said. How long has this terminal been part of the network? Marcus asked.
Cole says at least 11 years,
Amara said. And Dutch customs? Marcus asked. Amara almost smiled. It was not a warm smile.
There is a senior customs inspector named Peter Vogel, who has, in the last 8 years, purchased a house in Antwerp, a vacation property in Tuscany, and put 2 children through university in London.
She folded the schematic.
On a government salary,
Amara said. New cufflinks, Marcus said quietly.
always new cufflinks.
Amara agreed. They moved through the terminal in the shadow of container stacks 20 meters high. Block 714 was at the far eastern edge, nearest the water, and refrigerated section supposedly for perishable goods. Marcus heard her before he saw her. A voice, low, controlled, speaking rapid Dutch into a phone, coming from behind a stack of containers to their left. Then silence. Then footsteps. Amara had her hand on Marcus's arm before he could move. A figure stepped out from between the containers. She was wearing dark clothing, a wool cap pulled low, and she had a scar along her jaw that Marcus recognized from a photograph on a prison library table. Nadia Reyes. She looked at Marcus the way someone looks at a problem they hadn't factored into their calculations.
You're supposed to be dead,
Nadia said. I'm working on it, Marcus said. Nadia looked at Amara. Something passed between them. Not introduction, but recognition. They had met before. Marcus filed that away.
You have AIDS manifests?
Nadia asked. Yes, Marcus said.
Then you know about the 48-hour window.
Nadia said. Yes, Marcus said.
Then you know that there is a transfer happening in this terminal right now, tonight. Container number MSTU-447-1882.
Nadia said. She looked at him steadily.
And you know what is in it.
Nadia said. Marcus knew. How many? Marcus asked.
17.
Nadia said.
According to the original Lagos Manifest. But Ade's supplemental note suggests the number is higher.
Her jaw tightened.
They compress the numbers on paper. In practice...
Nadia stopped.
We need to call it in,
Marcus said.
To whom?
Nadia said sharply.
Dutch Federal Police? Vogel has 2 officers on his payroll. Interpol? There is a deputy director at Interpol's Lyon office who attended Castellan's foundation gala in Geneva last spring.
Her voice was steady, but her eyes were burning.
I was a federal prosecutor, Marcus. I know exactly how many doors to knock on, and I know exactly which ones Castellan has already locked from the inside.
Nadia said. Then what do we do? Marcus asked. Nadia looked at the container block. In the darkness between the steel walls.
We document everything.
Nadia said.
Tonight, we photograph the transfer, the crew, the documentation, the Dutch customs officer who waves it through.
She turned back to him.
We build a case that cannot be argued away. A case so complete, so documented, so undeniable, that even the judges Castellan owns cannot look away from it.
Nadia said. And the people in the container? Marcus said quietly. While we photograph and document? Nadia didn't answer immediately. The wind came off the North Sea and moved between them.
I know.
Nadia said at last.
I know what I'm asking.
Her voice was very controlled, very precise.
If we move tonight, if we call it in to even one person we can trust, Castellan's network will know within an hour. The operation goes dark. He disappears into his foundation and his Senate dinners and his humanitarian awards.
She looked at Marcus directly.
And next month, there are 34 people in that container instead of 17.
Nadia said. Marcus stared at her. You've made this calculation before, Marcus said.
Yes.
Nadia said. How many times? Marcus asked. She didn't answer, which was its own answer. They documented everything. 4 hours in the freezing dark, moving through container block 714 like ghosts, photographing faces and numbers, and the careful, practiced movements of men who had done this so many times that it had become routine. At 4:15 a.m., crouched behind a forklift in the gray pre-dawn, Nadia handed Marcus a hard drive.
Everything I have.
Nadia said.
3 years of work. Combine it with Ade's manifests, and you have the skeleton of the case.
She paused.
You need 2 more things.
Nadia said. What? Marcus asked.
Financial records.
Nadia said.
The actual money trail. Not the shell companies, but the accounts beneath the shell companies. There is a banker in Luxembourg named Hartmann who handles Castellan's real accounts. He is not for sale.
She hesitated.
But he's afraid.
Nadia said. And the second thing? Marcus asked. Nadia looked at him for a long moment.
A witness.
Nadia said.
Someone inside Castellan's organization. Someone who can stand in front of a camera or a court and say, I was there. I saw this. I know his name, and I know what he did.
She held his gaze.
Documents can be challenged. Photographs can be disputed. But a human being looking into a camera...
She shook her head slowly.
That is harder to make disappear.
Nadia said. Where do we find someone like that? Marcus asked. Nadia touched the scar on her jaw, an unconscious gesture, as if reminding herself of something.
Washington.
Nadia said.
There's going to be a dinner, Senator Aldridge's annual fundraiser, 3 weeks from now. Castellan will be there. Half the people I need to put in handcuffs will be there.
A pause.
And so will the one person inside his organization who has been trying, very quietly, to find a way out.
Nadia said. Who? Marcus asked.
Your ex-wife's new attorney.
Nadia said. Chapter 6. The Senator's Dinner. Washington, D.C., 3 weeks later. The Aldridge Foundation annual gala was held at the Willard Hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue, 4 blocks from the White House, in a ballroom that smelled of orchids and old money, and the particular brand of confidence that comes from believing the rules exist for other people. Marcus had not been in Washington since the night 2 Justice Department men sat at his kitchen table. He was thinner now, harder. His hair was different, shorter, darker at the temples. Cole had provided a new identity. James Harker, logistics consultant, British passport. He had an invitation courtesy of a shell corporation that Nadia had traced back with some satisfaction to one of Castellan's own subsidiaries. He was, in essence, attending the party on Castellan's tab. The ballroom held approximately 300 people. Marcus recognized 4 of them from news coverage and federal indictment files. Senator Aldridge himself was a tall man in his late 60s, with silver hair and the practiced warmth of someone who has shaken so many hands that the gesture has become entirely muscular, the mind long since elsewhere. Marcus watched him work the room from across the ballroom, nursing a glass of sparkling water.
Don't stare.
Nadia said quietly, appearing at his elbow. She was dressed differently. A dark blue dress, hair down, the scar along her jaw disguised with makeup that was very good, but not perfect. Castellan? Marcus murmured.
Far corner, talking to the Belgian trade attaché.
Nadia said. A pause.
Don't look.
Nadia added. Marcus didn't look. He felt something cold move through his chest anyway. The attorney, Marcus said. Elena's attorney.
His name is Preston Graves.
Nadia said.
He joined Castellan's legal network 4 years ago. He is not a bad man.
She hesitated.
He is a frightened man, which is not the same thing.
Nadia said. Where is he? Marcus asked.
Bar, 3rd drink, alone.
Nadia said. She looked at Marcus sideways.
Go talk to him. Don't tell him who you are. Not yet. Just listen to what he's afraid of.
Nadia said. And if he recognizes me? Marcus asked.
Then we improvise.
Nadia said. Preston Graves was 44, well-dressed in the anxious way of a man who has recently begun to understand that the clothes don't protect him. Marcus sat on the stool beside him. Hell of a party, Marcus said.
Yes,
Graves said. You know the senator well? Marcus asked.
well enough.
Graves said. A pause.
Too well, maybe.
Graves added. Marcus let that sit. The bartender moved away.
I used to think
Graves said without being asked.
that there was a difference between the legal work and the other things.
He turned his glass slowly.
I know better now.
Graves said. What changed? Marcus asked. Graves looked at him for the first time. Really looked. The way a man looks when he's deciding whether a stranger is safe.
I reviewed a set of incorporation documents last year.
Graves said slowly.
Standard work, shell company registration, Cayman Islands.
He stopped.
I recognized the routing structure. I had seen it before, in the case files of a man I helped prosecute.
A longer pause.
A man who went to prison for running a trafficking network.
Graves said. Marcus kept his face neutral with enormous effort. What did you do? Marcus asked.
Nothing.
Graves said.
I did nothing.
His voice was very quiet.
I told myself I had misread it.
He drained his glass.
I have a family. I have children. I have a mortgage.
Graves said. He set the glass down.
You understand what I'm saying.
Graves added. I understand, Marcus said.
The man who went to prison.
Graves said, not looking at him.
His name was Marcus Vane. I was part of the legal team that handled his wife's civil matter after the conviction.
A pause that seemed to cost him something.
I have read every document in that case, every wire transfer, every deposition. He didn't do it.
Graves whispered. The orchestra played. 300 people laughed and networked and shook hands in the ballroom behind them. How long have you known? Marcus asked.
Since the day I signed the incorporation documents.
Graves said.
8 months ago.
Graves added. And you've said nothing, Marcus said.
I have children,
Graves said again. Marcus turned on his stool to face him directly. Graves looked at him, and something happened in his eyes. A slow, dawning, terrible recognition. The color left his face.
You're...
Graves started. Yes, Marcus said quietly. Graves gripped the edge of the bar. His knuckles went white.
You're supposed to be dead,
Graves whispered. People keep telling me that, Marcus said. I'm starting to think it's wishful thinking. He leaned slightly forward. His voice dropped very low. Preston, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to threaten your family. I'm here because you are the only person inside that organization who has a conscience and the documentation to prove it, Marcus said. A pause. And because I think you've been waiting for someone to walk through the door and give you a reason to do the right thing, Marcus added. Graves stared at him for a long time. Across the ballroom, Victor Castellan laughed at something the Belgian trade attaché said. A full, generous, photographable laugh. The laugh of a man completely at ease in the world he had built.
If I do this,
Graves said, very quietly.
I need to know my family is safe.
Graves said. We'll make sure of it, Marcus said.
That's not a promise you can keep,
Graves said.
You're a dead man working with people I don't know against the most protected man in Washington.
He looked at Marcus directly.
Why should I believe you can protect anyone?
Graves asked. Marcus thought about Daniel Cho, about Sophie drawing horses on the backs of receipts, about a container in Rotterdam, and a man named Aid who had a 9-year-old daughter and had handed over 2 years of his life in a manila envelope. Because I have nothing left to lose, Marcus said. Which means I have nothing left to be afraid of. And a man with nothing left to lose is the most motivated ally you will ever find, Marcus said. Graves looked at his empty glass, at the ballroom, at Victor Castellan's magnificent laugh.
There is a safety deposit box,
Graves said so quietly Marcus had to lean in to hear him.
Chase Bank, DuPont Circle Branch, box number 1147.
Graves said. He reached into his jacket and placed a small key on the bar between them, covered by his palm.
Everything I have. The real incorporation documents, the routing codes, and a set of emails.
He stopped, steadied himself.
Emails between Castellan and a sitting U.S. senator discussing the disposal of a witness.
Graves said. A pause.
The witness was a woman named Nadia Reyes.
Graves whispered. Marcus looked at the key beneath Graves's palm.
Take it,
Graves said.
before I change my mind.
Graves added. Marcus took the key. Chapter 7. Hartman. Luxembourg City, Luxembourg. 4 days later. The Banque Privée Hartman occupied the ground floor of a 19th century building on the Rue de la Reine, behind a door of polished brass and beveled glass that suggested permanence, discretion, and the particular morality of institutions that have survived long enough to stop apologizing for what they know. Klaus Hartman was 67 years old, silver-haired, and precise in the way of men who have spent their lives managing other people's secrets and have developed, over time, a certain exhaustion with the weight of them. He received Marcus in a private office on the second floor. No receptionist, no assistant.
You are not Cole,
Hartman said. No, Marcus said. Cole sent me instead, Marcus added. Hartman looked at him for a long moment. Then he sat down very carefully. He folded his hands on the desk.
You have come about Castellan,
Hartman said. Yes, Marcus said.
and you believe I will help you.
Hartman said. I believe, Marcus said, that you have been wanting to help someone for a very long time, and that the only thing stopping you has been the question of whether that someone could keep you alive long enough to make the help matter, Marcus said. Hartman was quiet for a long moment.
I have managed Castellan's private accounts for 19 years.
Hartman said.
I did not know at the beginning the nature of his business.
He paused.
That is partly true.
Hartman added. He looked at his hands.
One learns not to ask certain questions when the answers would be inconvenient.
Hartman said. When did you know? Marcus asked.
7 years ago,
Hartman said.
there was a transfer, very large, very sudden, routed through 4 jurisdictions in 18 hours. I traced it back.
He stopped.
I traced it back and I found the source accounts, and I understood what they were.
Hartman said. And you continued managing the accounts? Marcus said.
Yes,
Hartman said, without flinching, without apology.
I am not a brave man, Mr. Vane. I am a careful one.
Hartman said. He looked up.
But careful men keep records. Very careful men keep copies.
Hartman added. Marcus leaned forward very slightly. What kind of copies? Marcus asked. Hartman opened the bottom drawer of his desk. He produced a leather folder, old and worn at the corners. He set it on the desk between them.
19 years of transaction records.
Hartman said.
The real ones, not the versions filed with the regulatory authorities.
He touched the folder but did not open it.
Every account, every transfer, every beneficiary.
Hartman said. A pause.
Including the accounts that pay the judges, the legislators, the federal agents.
Hartman said. He looked at Marcus very directly.
including the account that paid for your prosecution.
Hartman whispered. Marcus sat very still.
The amount transferred to Raymond Fitch's offshore account in the 48 hours before your trial began was $420,000.
Hartman said. The number sat between them like a stone. $420,000. Marcus repeated.
Yes,
Hartman said. To betray his own client, Marcus said.
yes.
Hartman said. His voice was very quiet, very steady.
Mr. Vane, I have sat with this information for 7 years.
Hartman said. He pushed the folder across the desk.
I am giving this to you because I am 67 years old and I am tired.
Hartman said. A long pause.
And because my granddaughter is 9 years old and I would like her to grow up in a world where I did not do nothing.
Hartman said. Marcus picked up the folder. It was heavier than it looked. I need to ask you something, Marcus said.
Ask.
Hartman said. Cole, the man who arranged this meeting, Marcus said. He watched Hartman carefully. How long have you been in contact with him? Marcus asked. Hartman's expression shifted, very slightly.
2 years.
Hartman said. And in those 2 years, has he ever asked you for anything other than information? Marcus asked. Hartman looked at him for a long time.
Once,
Hartman said.
he asked me to move a sum of money. He said it was operational funding for the investigation.
Hartman said. A pause.
The routing structure he asked me to use.
Hartman stopped. What about it? Marcus asked. Hartman looked at the folder that was now in Marcus's hands.
It was identical
Hartman said slowly.
to one of Castellan's subsidiary routing structures.
Hartman said. Chapter 8. The Circle. Luxembourg City, that night. Marcus sat in a hotel room on the Rue de Strasbourg and stared at the wall for a very long time. Cole. He replayed every conversation, every instruction. The precision of the escape from Cumberland, the photo of Nadia left on the library table, the file on Castellan, the introduction to Amara, the introduction to Ade. All of it leading here, to Rotterdam, to Washington, to Hartman's folder. He called Nadia on the burner phone. She picked up on the second ring. I need to talk to you, Marcus said. Tonight, not on the phone, Marcus said. A silence. Then,
How bad?
Nadia asked. I don't know yet, Marcus said. That's what worries me, Marcus added. She arrived at the hotel 40 minutes later. She sat across from him at the small table near the window, and he told her everything Hartman had said. She listened without interrupting. When he finished, she was quiet for a long time.
The routing structure.
Nadia said finally. Identical. Hartman was certain, Marcus said.
Cole could have used it unknowingly.
Nadia said.
If Castellan's people gave him the structure as a legitimate channel.
Nadia, Marcus said. He looked at her steadily. Aid said it, in that tea house in Negos. He owns some of the people hunting him, Marcus said. A pause. What if Cole isn't hunting Castellan? Marcus asked. Nadia pressed her fingers against the scar on her jaw.
Then what is Cole doing?
Nadia said quietly. Managing the investigation, Marcus said. Controlling what we find, what we see, where we go. Marcus said. He leaned forward. Think about it. Every piece of evidence we've gathered, he pointed us toward it. Every contact, he arranged. Amara, Aid, Hartman, Marcus said. His voice dropped. What if he's not building a case against Castellan? What if he's building a controlled burn, eliminating the evidence that leads too close to someone above Castellan? Marcus asked. The room was very quiet.
Above Castellan.
Nadia said very carefully.
You think there's someone above Castellan?
Nadia said. I think, Marcus said, that a man who has operated this openly, this long, this successfully, doesn't do it alone. And I think the name my partner whispered to me was not the name at the top. Marcus said. He looked at her. Castellan is the visible machinery, but someone built the machine, Marcus said. Nadia stared at him for a long time. Then she reached into her jacket and placed something on the table between them. A photograph. Old, slightly grainy. It showed Victor Castellan shaking hands with a man Marcus didn't recognize. Both smiling. Dark suits, flags in the background.
This was taken in 1994.
Nadia said.
Nairobi. The man with Castellan. His name is Arthur Wynne. He was the CIA Deputy Director of Operations from 2001 to 2009.
Nadia said. She looked at Marcus.
He is currently the National Security Advisor to the President of the United States.
Nadia said. Marcus looked at the photograph for a long time. How long have you had this? Marcus asked.
Since before the courthouse steps.
Nadia said quietly.
Since before your trial.
Nadia added. A pause.
It's why I got this.
Nadia said. She touched the scar.
And it's why I've been very, very careful about who I trust.
Nadia whispered. Marcus set the photograph down. Cole works for Wynne, Marcus said.
I think so.
Nadia said.
Yes.
Nadia added. Which means everything we've gathered, Marcus said.
Is being watched.
Nadia said.
Yes.
Nadia added. And Hartman's folder, Marcus said.
Is the most dangerous object either of us has ever held.
Nadia said.
Yes.
Nadia added. Marcus sat back in his chair. We need to move, Marcus said. Tonight, before Cole knows we have it, Marcus said.
Where?
Nadia asked. Marcus thought of Aid, of Hartman's granddaughter, of Sophie drawing horses on the backs of receipts. Bangkok, Marcus said. There's one more piece of the network we haven't touched, Marcus said. He looked at her. And I think that's where Wynne makes his mistake, Marcus said. Nadia looked at the photograph of Arthur Wynne shaking Victor Castellan's hand in Nairobi, 1994. She picked it up, folded it carefully, placed it back in her jacket.
Then let's go make him make it,
Nadia said. End of part 2.